everybody. This is Maddie here with Altcoin Buzz. Hope you're well. Hope your weekend is off to a great start. We're going to take a look at the latest news of the day, starting on altcoinbuzz.io with an article by Daniel. POA Network releases cross-chain bridge between Ethereum and altcoins. So POA Network is the first production cross-chain bridge between two blockchain networks. The network has showcased the fast and seamless transformation of 1,200,000 POA native tokens from POA Network to Ethereum Network and back in under 10 minutes. With the POA bridge, this is the first time two Ethereum protocol-based blockchains have been directly connected in production. POA Network's cross-chain bridge is an open-source project which proves cross-chain bridges can work safely and securely between two blockchains. Okay, quiz time. Did you understand 100% of that technical jargon? I'm at about 80% myself. So not fully there, but of course, we can recognize that this is an important milestone because, as Daniel writes, this could go down in history as a huge step forward toward an ecosystem that is more efficient and interoperable. The developer evangelist for the R&D team, Ziggy Ziden, said, "For the first time, we have made it fast and inexpensive to transform tokens directly between two blockchains, which will allow businesses to do transactions much more cost efficiently on the blockchain." And that's what it's all about. It's about inviting institutions and businesses and corporations. And if they stand to do things more efficiently, maybe they save time, maybe they save money. But that's what it's all about, and they're going to be, raising their eyebrows to this hopefully they're going to be attracted, they're going to be interested to these kinds of developments if it stands to affect their bottom line in a positive way. So at press time, the market cap of POA Network is around $140 million. We're at about the same price point right now at the time of this video, and it has not yet reached the top 100 on cryptomarketcap.com. Daniel contends that it has plenty of room for growth. In comparison to Icon, VeChain, and Tron, POA Network now has a step ahead on the competition if we would look solely at the technical side of things, where POA Network has mainnet functioning, on-chain governance, and interoperability. So do be sure to leave Daniel a comment, share your thoughts on that launch. And we're going to link to this article as well, which is more information on the live demo of the POA network, more information about the interoperability and its potential implications down the line. Do be sure to check that out. As you guys know, the market has been in the doldrums lately. The total crypto market has been suffering, and we've been, unfortunately been devalued quite a bit in these last few days. In fact, now we're down over 90 billion from our recent high because we were at 470 or 471 billion just recently. So what's causing all this? Because we've had a lot of positive news and we've been covering the institutional news. However, market drops. Mt. Gox at it again, and UpBit under investigation. So an article by Chris, who contends cryptocurrencies fall because Mt. Gox moves 8,000 Bitcoin and 6,000 Bitcoin Cash out of their cold storage. UpBit's computers were seized by investigators and police because there is suspicion that they may have falsified their balance sheets to deceive investors. So the Mt. Gox trustee is once again transferring Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash out of cold storage. It's been confirmed by CryptoGround via blockchain.info that about 8,000 Bitcoin and about 6,000 Bitcoin Cash have been transferred out in 7 separate transactions. Each transaction totals 2,000 Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash. It is not known if the trustee is selling these coins or just moving them. And in conjunction with that, unfortunately, more negative news. The Western world woke up to news that South Korea's largest crypto exchange, UpBit, is being investigated for potential fraud by police and 10 investigators sent by South Korea's Financial Supervisory Commission, their FSC. They're looking for fraud surrounding coin listings because the police believe UpBit has falsified its balance sheet in order to deceive investors. And going on here to describe the state of the market, what's been happening with the price fluctuations recently. So that's unfortunately a tag team of negative news and of FUD that we could have done without. But what kind of bothers me, and let me know if you share this frustration, is that if we take 8,000 Bitcoin, so this is relating to the Mt. Gox trustee specifically. If we take 8,000 Bitcoin, and let's just say for the sake of argument that they have nice round price figures of 10,000 apiece. So that's being generous, if anything, because we're below 10,000 right now. 8,000 Bitcoin at 10,000 apiece gives us $80 million worth of Bitcoin. Now, if we consider the 6,000 Bitcoin cash that was also moved, again, let's be generous. Let's round that out just for the sake of the illustration here to 1,500 apiece. We're now at 9 million. So you have $89 million of Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, right? So these 8,000 and these 6,000. Let's just make it 90 million for the sake of argument. $90 million that's been moved out of cold storage. We don't even know whether or not it's been sold, and yet 90 million has had this part to play in this devaluation worth tens of billions of dollars in the crypto market. And that's what I find frustrating, is that we're such a skittish young market where we just got this knee-jerk defensive reaction, and the actions that some people take, that investors take, are so far blown out of proportion versus the original news stories and the original movement, in this case of $90 million worth of crypto, which may not have even been sold. It may have just been moved. So to see a 70 or an 80, 90 billion, I should say now, 90 billion devaluation in the last few days in the total market, that just seems, it seems so silly. And it's perhaps a symptom of a young market, an unregulated market, but this is what we've all signed up for, and the volatility offers both great rewards and perhaps, depending on how you want to look at it, interesting buying opportunities. But I'll leave that up to you. I'm not here for financial advice. So moving on to more promising news, perhaps 6 hot blockchain jobs to look out for. Article by Licia. So if you are considering a blockchain-related career, now is the time to act. According to a report by Business Student, there is a growing demand for professionals specializing in the blockchain technologies. The report highlights that 1,520 blockchain startup companies are already looking for new workers in the area, with tech titans like IBM and Microsoft exhibiting similar interest. So very specifically, Licia points out there are 6 particular jobs that are in demand right now and that are growing in popularity within the blockchain space. So those are blockchain project managers. Companies need to communicate what they want to a blockchain development firm that can meet their complex business needs. Blockchain developer, that's another up-and-coming role for the blockchain space. You got to make sure that you're well-versed in all the programming languages and all the coding scripts. So check this out. Some of these are going to have to be prerequisites, certainly for blockchain developers. But if you already know some of those languages, maybe you're already a coder, maybe you have an interest in blockchain, you may want to check out opportunities as a blockchain developer. Are you in management? Engineering management. And if you have perhaps an MBA degree or a master's degree, if you're managing a team already, if you're in tech, that's something that is going to be increasingly popular. Legal consultants and attorneys, of course, as the cryptocurrency, blockchain, distributed ledger technology, legal space continues to expand. This is something that's going to be increasingly in demand. A blockchain designer, and finally a blockchain engineer. So these are all roles that are gaining in popularity. At the same time, Business Student draws real-life examples of potential blockchain jobs. For example, in Dubai, which wants to be the first state that is powered by blockchain and will be looking for blockchain specialists in various areas, including shipping and business registration. And previously, Bloomberg also stated that 2018 will be a year of hiring more blockchain talents. The number of job postings on LinkedIn related to blockchain, cryptocurrency, and Bitcoin increased at least fourfold in 2017, according to data provided to Bloomberg Law. If you want to take a deeper look at what some of these blockchain opportunities are, we're going to link, of course, to the report that was originally published by Business Student. Do take a look at that. Maybe you're already in a tech space. Maybe you're already a coder or a programmer, or you're a manager with an interest in blockchain. And if you have a lot of the same transferable skills, then why not, consider some of these new roles if that's already something that you're interested in. Chances are, if you're on this channel as a soldier of the altcoin buzz army, you are extremely interested in blockchain. So we're going to link to these 2 resources here. and will allow you to take a look at it, take a look at some of the recent positions and some of the listings even that are put up here on the website. So take a look for that in the description. And ending on some positive news, one of the biggest blockchain events in the world, Consensus 2018. Article by Chris. So Consensus 2018 will be held from May 14th to the 16th in New York City. There will be over 4,000 people in attendance, including many prominent names in and outside the crypto industry. So what is Consensus? It is a premier world blockchain event where industry experts get together to discuss blockchain's future. And you're going to have over 250 speakers this year, 4,000 attendees. Some of those speakers are going to be Jeremy Allaire, CEO of Circle Internet Financial, Nicholas Baca, CTO of Ledger, James Bullard, President and CEO of the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, Jack Dorsey, co-founder, CEO, and chairman of Square, Charlie Lee, creator and managing director of Litecoin, and some others there. So a pretty prominent field of speakers. And you can see here the growth that the summit has experienced recently. So in 2017, it had over 2,700 attendees, 35% of which were executives, 125 plus speakers, so about half the number of this year's expected speakers, and over 80 sponsors. Over the last few years, attendance at Consensus has really exploded. The first event had around 400 attendees, and this year they are expecting well over 4,000. So that's a tenfold growth in a matter of only a few years. It's one of the biggest blockchain events in the world. And, unfortunately, we covered the negative sentiment in the crypto market very recently these last few days. We've had the devaluation. But if we think back to our friend Thomas Lee over at Fundstrat, he specifically said that there could very well be a bull run on Bitcoin as high as 70% in the next week or so. And he attributes that directly to the fact that this particular Consensus conference is going to create a lot of buzz and a lot of positivity that'll link back into the institutional investment news that we've been covering. So look, I mean, with Mt. Gox, with UpBit, that's obviously less than ideal to hear about at this time, but it's FUD. It's either going to be resolved or it's going to be discredited, or it's going to blow over. Eventually, we will forget about that. What's a little bit more permanent is the fact that we still have the institutional interest from Goldman Sachs, from JP Morgan with their patent, right? From ICE, the parent company of the New York Stock Exchange that wants to open a Bitcoin trading desk. And of course, the CEO of NASDAQ that wants to incorporate cryptocurrency into the NASDAQ trading operation. So, I think all of that positive institutional news is only going to continue to mature. And if you combine that with this event as a catalyst, that's the way Thomas Lee describes it. This could really be a catalyst for the crypto market, and it could well tie back into a lot of that institutional positivity that we've been talking about. If that's the case, well, hopefully it's going to lead to some growth. It's going to lead to some more exposure and coverage in the mainstream media. That would be nice as well. Regardless of what happens, guys, we're going to make sure that it's covered here. So make sure as a soldier of the Altcoin Buzz Army that you're following us on Twitter for the latest news and the latest developments. Same goes for Telegram, Facebook, and Instagram. And of course, if you like this video, be sure to leave it a thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel by clicking on the bell, because that's going to alert you to the latest news. We put out video content every day. I wish you guys all a happy weekend. Don't get too bogged down in the FUD. Hey, look, this is not financial advice, but when the market dips, that is potentially an opportunity for buying. You got to buy, you got to take advantage, right? Because riches are made when blood is running in the streets. I think that was from Rockefeller who said that. But look, when the market is down, that is potentially an opportunity to pick up some of your favorite altcoins. Be sure to sound off in the comments. Let us know what those are. And I wish you all a happy weekend and happy investing. Take care.